Hello again, everyone. My computer froze for some reason while I was explaining that quite the same question. So let's pick up from where we left off. So we found the area to the left of negative 1.50, and we found the area to the left of 2.50, right? So the area to the left of 2.50 is 0.9938, and the area to the left of negative 1.50 is 0.0668. Which we saw in the previous video. Subtract these two, and the area in between is 0.9270, right? So the reason why the area to the left of 2.50 is the shaded region as well as this unshaded region here. So we have, look at my cursor, we have this area here, right? All of this piece here. Well, we don't want this little piece here, right? So how can we figure out what this is? Well, this is the area to the left of 2.50. So if we have the whole thing between and to the left of 1.50, and we remove 1.50, what we have left is what's in between. So that's the logic between the subtraction. Anyway, so the answer to the question is that there is a 0.9270 probability, right? This is the answer, 9270, probability that the room will cost anywhere between, what were two values? Between 2190 and 3590. Okay? Okay, next question. Let me try to get the question on the same page. What is the probability that the room cost or the apartment costs less than 2100 or more than 3716? So we need less than 2100 or more than 3716, right? Well, the z-score for 2100 is negative 1.76, so we need this area here, and we need the area to the right side. The z-score for 3716 is 2.86, right? Now, what's the area to the left of negative 1.76? The area to the left of negative 1.76, 1.7, negative 1.7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 0.0392, 0.0392, that's how come I have the area here to the left of negative. Now, what's the area to the right side of 3716? Well, first find the area for 2.86. 2.86 is 2.8, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 2.86 is this number. But remember, this is the area on the left side of 2.86. It's the left side, all this area here. We don't want that. Minus it from 1. I didn't show the calculation here, but 9979 minus perform this calculation as I'm saying it. 1 minus 0.9979, you will see a 0.0021, right? You will see it's 0.0021. That's why we have written here the area to the right side is that. And so you have to add these two, right? Add these two areas. Remember, the previous question we subtracted because we wanted what's in between. But in this question, we want what's on the outside of the 2 z-score, so we add those two values. And so the probability that the apartment cost, right, less than 2100 or more than 3716 is 0.0413, right? That is the answer. Okay, what is the probability that the apartment costs exactly 2500? Well, there is no area specified, right? I mean, we look at this question. There is no area specified at exactly 2500, right? No area is specified. So when no area is specified, the probability would be 0, right? So the answer to this one is 0. So what's happening here with this question? Rental costs in the upper 5% of the cost of rent in New York City are considered luxury rental. What is the lowest rental cost that will be considered a luxury rental? So we need to find the z-score. They're asking us to find rent. What is the lowest rental cost? That means we have to use that X formula that I gave, right? First, we need to find the z-score. What z-score has 95% to its left and 5% on its right? So we sort in the body of the table for 95% because the table always deals with the left side, right? 95. Oh, so it jumps, right? It jumps from 94.95 to 95.05. So 9,500 closer to which one? It's exactly in the middle, right? 9,500 is exactly in the middle between 94 and 95. So the z-score will be in the middle of these two. Now look back at how we did it. When we do it, it will be 1.6. The z-score for this one is 1.601234, 1.64. Perform the calculation with me. 1.64 plus z-score for 9505, right, is 1.65, add the 2, equal 3.29, right? Divide that by 2. Divide the answer that you have in your calculator by 2, right? You get 1.645, right? If we round that to 2 places, you round that number that you have in your calculator to 2 places, you will see that the z-score is 1.65. Right? So it turns out that when it's on this side of the table, it will always be the number on the right side. And if it happens to be 2's negative z-score, it will be the one on the left side. So you don't always have to perform the calculation. But let's do it again. Since 0.9500 is in the middle of these two numbers, it's exactly in the middle. It's not closer to any of them, right? The z-score for 0.9500 will be in the middle of the z-scores for these two numbers. So the z-score for 0.9495 is 1.601234, 1.64. Let's do the calculation again. 1.64 plus the z-score for 0.9505 is 1.65. So enter 1.65. So you have in your calculator 1.64 plus 1.65 equal, you have 3.29. Divide 3.29 by 2. That's what's that number that you see there, 1.645, is in the middle of those two numbers. But if we round that to 2 decimal places, we get 1.65. Right? We get 1.65. So the z-score that has 95 as an estimate, right? 9,500, it's 1.65. So now we use the formula like I explained to you before. Right? 1.65 times 3/50, the z-score times the standard deviation plus the mean, and we see that the rent is actually 3,209. So this is the cheapest rent you can pay for a luxury apartment. The cheapest luxury apartment you have, right? Of course, for the room. How many rooms the question said? Let me quickly scroll up and see how many rooms did the question say. 2-bedroom, right? So the cheapest 2-bedroom luxury apartment is according to this data we have, is $3,292.50 in New York City, of course. Okay. Similarly, the next question we have here is rental costs in the lower 10%. So lower 10% means you have 10% below and you have 90% above. But you don't care about the right side. You want to find the z-score, we have to look for the area that's on the left side here. So if we look for 10% of the table, 0.100, what's happening here? 0.1. Okay, so it seems like it jumps from, right? It jumps from 0.985 to 0.1003. Well, 1,000, look at it this way, 1,000 is closer to which of these numbers? In other words, 0.1000 is closer to which of these? If we look at it as 985 and 1,003, 1,000 is actually closer to this number, right? So what's the z-score for 0.1003? It's negative 1.2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.28. Well, negative 1.28, right? So negative 1.28 is what we have here. And again, we use the same formula as we did. X is equal to z times the standard deviation plus the mean, negative 1. So $2,267, right? So the most expensive apartment you can get to be considered affordable rental, right? Considered affordable rental. It's a typo here, let me correct it. Considered affordable rental, right? To be considered a variable rental is $22.67, right? As a landlord, if you want to have an apartment to rent, you want to make it affordable, but at the same time, you want to get the most amount of money for your 2-bedroom apartment. That is the most you can charge, right? And again, this is all having to do with what's the average and what's the standard deviation. Okay, so there we have it. Now, all the questions will follow this format. You will have to have a question that asks you to find the area on the left side, one that asks you to find the area on the right side, between, on the outside, exactly, and you would have 2 questions where you have to find the z-score and use the x formula, right? Now, for the test and the quizzes, it may not be in this particular order. They may be jumbled up, but I just want to put it in an organized way as you learn it. To look at the different cases, to the left side, to the right side, in between, on the outside of 2 z-scores. Exactly, this one is always, the answer is always going to be 0. And then these ones you use for A, B, C, D, and E, you use the z-score formula. For questions like F and G, you use the X formula. But I'm saying that don't get too accustomed to having questions written in this order. It can be jumbled up. For example, the first question asked could be, what is the probability that the person score exactly, right? So it will not be in this order. This is just put it this way to help you organize your thinking. Okay, so then this is classwork. Again, you have unlimited attempts, right? You will complete this one, follow this what we did in the first question, and you have an unlimited attempt to enter your answers on Canvas for classwork. You will see it is the classwork for week 8. And then make sure to round your answers to 4 decimal places, right? You must round your answers to 4 decimal places. And it's here, but I don't know why it ended up on the other pages, right? And then I have the answer there. Okay, and then there's also a homework question as well. I don't want you to see the solutions. Right, and then there's also a homework. Remember, you have homework. I decided to give you. You have not unlimited attempts for homework. You have 3 attempts. You have 3 attempts at homework. I copied and pasted and corrected. Right, I give you 3 attempts. You usually have 2. I'm deciding to give you 3, and you must submit by June 22nd. Okay, 11:59 p.m. So for homework, you have to enter your answer again in Canvas. It's the same way, right? And remember, you have to round all your answers to 4 decimal places. Okay, so this is the end. Remember, the midterm will have up to this lesson, from lessons 1 to 15. And begin studying after this lesson, your classwork. Start to study for the quiz, which you will have in week 9. And also you will study for the midterm. Okay, take care, guys.